The frigid air cuts through your lungs like a glass slide before you can even open your eyelids. Congratulations, you've just arrived. But don't expect kisses, wool blankets, or the warmth of a nursery. What you smell is the smell of rotting carcass and the death breath of a nest built of crushed bones and spit. His first vision of the world? An abyss. You are a heap of white fuzz, trembling and pathetic, balanced on the edge of a millennial oak tree that seems to hate your existence. By his side, his brothers are not companions. They are competitors. The biggest one has just pecked you in the skull, just to make sure you know who is in charge of the hunger hierarchy. Welcome to the life of an owl. The world thinks you are a symbol of wisdom, but the truth is that you were born into a meat grinding machine where silence is the only religion allowed. Your childhood has no toys, it has rules. The first? If you make noise, you die. The second? If you are seen, you die. The mentor, an alpha male with scars that cross his eyes yellow like sulfur slits, does not teach ABC, he teaches the physics of silent murder. You spend weeks motionless. Your muscles scream, your tendons burn, but you learn to be a statue of feathers. You find that your ears are asymmetrical. One picks up the sound from above, the other from below. You hear the heartbeat of a rat from 300 meters away. The sound is deafening. For the world, the forest is at peace. For you, it's a chaotic concert of heartbeats, panting, and the flow of sap in the trees. The wisdom that humans admire so much in you? It's just a sensory overload that would turn any man into a madman in 5 minutes. Pre-adolescence arrives with the pressure of an ultimatum. Either you dominate the sky, or you become fertilizer for the roots of the tree that saw you born. The mentor pushes you. There's no encouragement, only a vacuum. You fall. The stomach rises to the throat. But then, the physical magic happens. Its feathers have serrated fringes that break up the turbulence of the air. You are a ghost. The wind does not whistle on its wings. He bows, submissive. You land on a pine branch, and for the first time, you feel the power. You see a mouse down there. He's reaping a seed, dreaming of a tomorrow you've decided he won't have. You dive in. It's surgical, no screaming. Just the crack of his spine between her claws. It is at this moment that you realize your life will be an infinite sequence of endings for others. You grow. Its feathers are now a marbled gray, perfect camouflage against the oak and the moon. You join the Threshold Watchers caste. In the society of owls, there are no governments. There are territories of absolute silence. Your job is to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner of the forest. You observe the other species. He sees the wolves hunting in noisy packs and feels contempt. He sees humans building fires and telling each other lies. They look at you up there and say, "Look how wise she is, how she meditates on the mysteries of the universe." Idiots. You are not meditating. You recalculating the trajectory of the wind so you don't miss the boat at your next meal. Wisdom is the name that the weak give to the coldness necessary to survive absolute loneliness. You have no friends. If another owl invades your territory, the ritual is not a handshake. It's a duel of deadly dives where only one comes out with his eyes intact. Adult life brings the responsibility of balance. You become a master. But something begins to eat away at his chest. Maybe it's isolation. You go 20 hours a day without making a single sound. His own voice sounds strange, a mournful hoot that echoes like a mournful lament. One night, you observe a family of rabbits. The smallest of them has a white spot on its ear. By the logic of nature, he is the easy target. Your claw itches. Instinct tells us to go down, but you hesitate. You see the mother's care, the innocent play. For a second, you hate your role. You hate being the wise man who brings death. But the mentor appears on the branch above. He says nothing, but the twinkle in his eyes says it all. If you're not the monster, you'll be the victim. Hunger wins over empathy. You kill the puppy. The silence that follows is the heaviest of all. It is the loneliness of those who know the secret of the world. Life is just an interval between two silences. If you want to understand what it would be like to live another reality as cruel as this, comment on which world you want to see. The final conflict does not come from a natural predator. It comes from change. The world is getting too noisy. Machines, lights, the advance of steel over wood. A great rival, owl-eared, expelled from his man-made lands, invades his territory. He is bigger, more desperate, and does not follow the rules of etiquette of his caste. It attacks your nest during the day, the time when you're vulnerable, with your pupils burning in the sun. The combat is cinematic and brutal. There is no music, just the sound of feathers being plucked and the thud of bodies against the bark of trees. You use your wisdom. You don't try to overcome it by force. You lure him into the interior of an abandoned human barn, a maze of rotting beams and rusty nails. In the total darkness of the barn, you regain your advantage. You are the Lord of Shadows. He's blind, flapping his wings against the zinc of the roof. You position yourself at the highest point. Time seems to stand still. You see every beat of his heart through the movement of his chest feathers. You dive in. The impact is dry. Their claws pierce his lungs. You fall into the dusty hay together. He looks at you with the same sulfur yellow you see in the mirror of a puddle of water. He dies in silence. You won. Your territory is safe. But the price is a broken wing and the certainty that you are increasingly alone in a dying world. You crawl out of the barn as the sun rises. Its wing drags on the ground, drawing a line of blood on the dry earth. You climb the usual branch with difficulty. Downstairs, a young human poet passes by with his notebook. He looks up, sees you motionless, majestic, with your gaze fixed on the horizon. Though you're just trying to ignore the searing pain in your humerus. The poet writes, "The owl keeps the secrets of the night. Its immobility is the prayer of intellectuals." What a joke. You wanted to shout to him that his wisdom is a prison. That you would exchange all the secrets of the night for a minute of noise, of company, of heat, other than that of the blood of a prey. But you don't say anything. You can't. You are the owl. Your vision begins to darken. The cold of the first day of life returns to get you. You close your eyes for the last time, feeling the weight of feathers, the weight of silence, and the weight of a lifetime of being the spectator of a play you never got to participate in. The world keeps spinning, noisy and ignorant, while the greatest sage of the forest becomes just another skeleton hidden under the leaves. Take advantage and subscribe, because in the next video you won't believe what happens when the silence is finally broken.